Okay, so I got this great new deck, and it's called the Power of Surrender cards. So, part 2 of this video is, here we go. I talk about surrender, surrender, surrender. Surrender is not about throwing up a white flag and giving up. Okay, that's called retreat. That's called abandoning, your project, or abandoning your goal, or just abandoning yourself even. That's not what we're talking about. This is about releasing fear. So what is it the Divine Feminine needs to surrender to? What does she need to release? Okay, and there we go. Surrender to complete healing. Like I said last week, this entire process, I'm sorry I keep sighing into the camera, but it's so obvious. I keep thinking to myself, I need to take notes for myself. This is about opening yourself up fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Harken back to this destruction card. This is about healing your shadow self, healing all of the negative emotions that come up as you go through this process. All right, we're not mind readers. We can only use tarot and oracle cards to give us a glimpse into their emotional process, their thought process. All right, so we are just working with the energies that are around them right now, where you can hyper focus on becoming the best version of yourself and starting all over again. So when they do come back in, you are at your highest and best self. Remember, like attracts like. And when you have a soul connection, it's all about balance in the universe. When you take the lead and you do your healing and you do your emotional work and you do your psychic work and you do that deep shadow work in the 5D, you're setting the pace. Their soul has no other option but to respond. You can be the light in the darkness for them as they're processing all of this. So they may not even know what's happening in the physical world, but their soul, that itchy soul that they have, that is going to keep bringing them back to the thought of you, bringing them back to the possibilities, the movement, the action, the sense of compatibility, the sense of being at home when they're with you. When you do your healing and you move to a place of complete and utter acceptance of this situation, they can't help but follow. And there's positive resolution about that. So as much as their ego may fight it, their fear may fight it, I don't want to get divorced. I don't want to lose my money. I don't want to lose my home. What is it going to look like if I give up on this for another person? Whatever their ego-based responses are, the soul will overpower it. All right, so have faith in that. Now, your messages from the Divine Masculine are, no other compares to you. He's stating the obvious there. I should have been more honest with you about how I was feeling at the time. So once again, working on fear. And seeing you reminds me of the things I know deep down, and that's not always easy to deal with, which I think is a gorgeous, gorgeous card to complete this reading. Work on your healing, because in so much as his actions or his non-action is churning things up in you, you're having the same effect on him, okay, the Divine Masculine. So while you're doing your shadow work, they're also doing their shadow work. So remember, in the 5D, set the pace, become a whole, complete, magnificent person, okay, better than who you are when you started this journey, and they have no option other than to respond. And it'll take them a little more time. The Divine Masculine tends to be the runner. They tend to drag their feet, but that doesn't mean that they won't get there, okay? It's just like when a toddler is learning to walk, you cannot force the process, because all they will do is react in a fearful way or a stubborn way, dig in and spend a lot of time falling down to buck you. If anyone's ever had a toddler, you know how that goes. However, when you allow them to set the pace and to work at their own speed, they are up and running before you know it, okay? Faster than sometimes you even care to. Give your Divine Masculine the time to do the work that they need to do, okay? Just patiently, lovingly, work on yourself, enjoy your surroundings, enjoy the summer, enjoy your friends. And I love, actually, this picture of a woman walking into the water. Ground yourself, reconnect with yourself, reconnect with your energy, and change the things in your life that require change. So when the Divine Masculine does arrive with the gift in hand, ready to offer himself to you, you've done everything you need to do. You've done all of the prep work, and this relationship can blossom and grow. Fresh start. Okay? Thank you for your time. And I just wish you nothing but the absolute best regarding the situation. So remember, patience, love, compassion, surrender. This isn't about defeat. This is about surrendering to the process. I love this word. So surrender to your healing, because ultimately the greatest investment you can make is in yourself. I'll see you next week.